I'm Lisa Haisha. Welcome to the Legacy series. Today on my couch, I have Xena, the warrior princess, Lucy Lawless. And I just met her a couple of nights ago when she was performing at the Pasadena Playhouse playing Maleficent. And she was fantastic because I love the way she was so mysterious and evil, but with so much humor bubbling inside. And my 6-year-old daughter just fell in love with her and said, she's not mean enough to be Maleficent once she met her. And she thought she was so tall. She thought she'd be like 6'5" or 7 feet because she was so powerful on stage. So I'm so excited to have her here. And she's all the way from New Zealand. So I caught her right in the nick of time before she was heading back. So welcome.
Thank you.
Lucy, hi.
Hi.
So it's so good to have you here.
Thank you. I have no idea what we're going to talk about or what. I'm very intrigued that you're not doing research before, because that's much more interesting for me, to be honest. The process is more interesting.
Yeah, and usually the people I've interviewed so far, I've known them, 6 degrees of separation, just like you. So I know a little bit about you, but I like these legacy interviews to be more about you. You've done enough of, I am Lucy Lawless and I'm fabulous and here's my role in promoting films. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to know who you were. What makes you tick? What's in your soul? What makes you smile? What makes you laugh?
Well, here's a speech I prepared earlier.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So
go for it.
Yeah.
Winkle it out.
So who is Lucy? What made you get into film and acting? What was your family like?
I have no immediate family in the business at all. And coming from New Zealand, there's very few role models of people from my country who have made it overseas, to look at. There were a couple, Kiri Takano, an opera singer. There were a few actresses who had gone to RADA and were theatre actors in London. But remember, I was growing up in an age where there was no internet. So if you wanted to find out information about how to get to a big drama school overseas, you'd have to go to the British consulate, look up phone books. You'd have to phone, ask them to mail out information. Anyway, it was tremendously hard, and I was quite alone in that process. In fact, having a lot of brothers, I learned to be very, very careful about expressing my ambitions because it was seen as being really conceited and to be a show-off.
How many brothers do you have?
5 brothers.
5 brothers.
And just the New Zealand sensibility is you're not allowed to think you're better than other people. You mustn't display it. You must, and anything about showing off is read as you think you're better than me. We have a slight, historically, this poor relationship with exhibitionism or winning, actually. So, and that's we're losing that from our culture now, thankfully. But I had to be a very quiet operator in expressing what I wanted to do, because nobody thought it was possible to be an actress overseas and to be successful.
In what age were you?
Oh, that would have been in my teens.
Your teens.
But my first inkling of wanting to be an actress was probably about 7 or 8 years old when I saw Snow White on the stage. And the black light came out and all the paint fluoresced and there were flowers and fairies and things all of a sudden appeared, and I saw magic and I had to be there. There was nowhere on this earth that I wanted to be but on a stage.
So when you started taking lessons, did you have innate talent, or did your teacher say, oh my God, you're a star, you're fabulous, or did they say, we got to work with you quite a bit?
That star, that wasn't it's not part of the culture of New Zealand to say, oh my God, you're a star. But I would always get the role. So I guess I showed an aptitude. And my girlfriends and I, we'd put on little plays and performances all the time. That was our play, was to put on shows. So, yeah.